Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shay Seeking, and I'm back. So I was just listening to this clip real quick, right, about this Ukrainian website hit by cyber attacks and hybrid warfare tactics. Okay, and they're talking about, London, which made me think about the London energy. It had, I think, New York or something else maybe that had something to do with it. And then it had, what was I going to say? I don't know. There's something about these sanctions and, the United States putting a hold on people's funds and all this shit right here, right? So again, for the job I'm doing right now, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was supposed to be sending me some money, right? And for some reason they can't get the money through pay not PayPal. They can't get the money through goodness, Cash App, right? So they try to send the money a different way and it still won't let them send money. So it's saying too many attempts or something like that. So what I'm saying is this, I'm just wondering if this is a personalized some sort of like attack or something. Because there was also something saying that they're cutting off the elitists or something from Russia. But again, we know Russia is possibly talking about, again, allegorically talking about, parts of the Midwest here in Americas. When they're talking about this whole Ukraine energy here. So, like I said, I can also sense the animosity. There's a very thick animosity when it comes to especially tarot readers within the so-called tarot community. There's like a feistiness there, right? And I can't tell if this also came with cutting people off from access to the Capitol, right? So they're frustrated because they have to guess now instead of stalking you on a computer screen. Or if, the noose has been tightened and there's only, a certain amount of people that can watch, right? So this hybrid attack. So again, whatever it is, it is directed, I feel, at people in my energy, right? To make you feel some kind of way. Again, everything I do here is authentic and organic, and it comes from me and whatever type of work that I've been doing for a very long time before I knew that people were stalking me. So at the end of the day, I feel like this is something to try to knock off a notch of something that people would think would be arrogance or like a God complex. But I can't help the fact that I know who I am. I can't help the fact that I have confidence in my work and what I think. I can't help that I have a sense of gnosis. I can't help that I spent the past 12 years doing research on this story, so-called history that keeps repeating itself. I can't help that, I'm sparked to look at certain things. I can't help that I have to be the middleman when it comes to this type of energy. So again, I don't know why people feel like, again, like I've never felt like I had to bite off of or copy anybody for anything. Like always for me, I made, what I'm saying, if it's a hairstyle, like right now I'm braiding my hair, I'm twisting my hair up. If it's a hairstyle I want to do, what I'm saying, instead of going spending all that money, I would just look at the shit, a couple, whatever, and then figure out how to do it. Or sometimes I just know how to do it. And so it's just like, I don't know, I guess it's this whole complex. This is a complex of, I'm maybe, let's see. Let's see. Exactly. But I guess how we want to look at it, like, um, is the woman representing again men, women, and children when it comes to again foreign energies here, okay? That are as a group, okay? Or is the woman talking about like a woman with a uterus, okay? A woman hater, one who has an aversion to women in general. 1610, a woman hater, hating the female sex. It's not funny though. It's really not. But we already predicted this. It's prophetic. So they don't like the fact of a female God here on this plane. They don't like the fact or the essence of a female God energy or that complex or savior for that sake. Is that what this is saying? Is that what I mean? But I'm just saying I can't figure out if it's China, Russia, or the United States Incorporated or the corporation, right? But again, I feel like maybe it's all three together now. right? Because I feel like, again, one of what they want to do, like I said, pressing this energy here. Like even me, I'm a free spirit. So when I'm on here speaking, right, I speak from what I speak what I speak what I sense, right? What I see, what I know. I incorporate a couple of things about self and how I'm feeling at the time, and I tell my story. And again, it doesn't matter to me if anybody likes my story. Again, it doesn't take away the fact that I am celibate, okay? And that again, I am experiencing abnormal, right? And certain things around my house and around, what I'm saying, my person. What I'm saying? Things that should be looked at as something that should be devastating to all people, not just women, but women and children, in general. And so I think that they don't like the fact that I make these arguments or I speak these points here. So I think the sanctions are going to get a little bit more tougher on people, speaking the truth. But the thing is, I will leave this fucking earth with the same breath coming out my fucking lungs, talking about the same thing. It's just not, what I'm saying? It's not going to change because I don't feel as though I'm doing anything wrong. It's my story. You know what I'm saying? We have freedom of speech and I should be able to speak. When they cut people off that have something that actually still have something to say in this day and age, that's a very fucking dangerous thing to do. But I feel like this has been set up by, again, all of the kings or what? I don't like when people do that. All the kings or all these kings going together and rallying together because they hate the woman in a sense. The woman would be me. Okay? Yes. Of what? I'm doing something. Hold on a second. Just get the same. They got a copy of it there. All right. So yeah. So again, I guess it does show the weakness of, the administration that we have in office right now. But it just shows the weakness of all of them put together. That you have to have nations of leaders and men. And we won't use any terms here, just in case, that are coming against a woman that are trying to use maybe the medical industry, okay? Trying to use, next it'll be police officers when you're driving down the street, right? There's this huge complex here of people trying to do whatever they can to defile a woman. If they can't defile you, or if they can't make you feel some kind of way by sending dreams or things like that into your sleep, then I feel like what they're doing is trying to actually send somebody legit into your crib, man, and try to put what I'm saying. I'm just saying this would be some tripped out shit. I think they're using nurses and other aides and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To try to impregnate women, using tactics or something like that to impregnate women against their will. Powerful women to put you in your place. Kind of to put you in your place is what I feel like they're trying to do. And again, and it'll be, if you are celibate, it'll be like, okay, you said you were celibate, but now what? And so again, I'm a little bit more, in tune with what's going on and the visions and shit that I feel like I'm getting. And it's just this heavy, intuitive energy here. That this is something that may be going on. You know what I'm saying? To keep people trapped or to keep them, in some kind of situation where they won't be able to run as easily because, you can't really, make moves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like whatever this is, that money that I was supposed to be coming in was going to help me, decide some things that I need to do, soon. So it's these people will stop at nothing. So I'm just trying to figure out if this is trying to trap a bird and put it in a cage, or for playtime, or is this something where somebody has some kind of obsession that may not be healthy? Or is this somebody, I just don't get it, what it is at this point in time, but I feel like a target. I feel like a lot of females don't like the fact, or they're happy that something like this would happen to a female like me, that they've had to sit there and watch and stalk for hours and hours and things like this. And then now, they see that whoever this energy is that is the top dog or whatever, supposedly, is going to be able to, finally let go, right? And then actually possibly punish this person for something that a masculine, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that. Because whatever energy this is that is watching me already knows where I am. They know my name. They know every fucking thing. They probably know my blood type. They know more shit about me than I do. You see what I'm saying? Whatever this energy is, right? It's almost like sacrificial lamb energy here. Because I feel like they don't think, or they just like, how is this person this strong? Like, it's something that somebody will never be able to take away from me, is that sense of knowing. And that's the worst thing for you to have. You know what I'm saying? To unchain your mind and then have a sense of knowing who you are. That is like the biggest threat to these type of men, this type of society. It's the biggest threat. And there's no one that is man enough to extend their hand out after they all been having their hands in a cookie jar, in whatever way that would be, right? I feel like being that person that is, and it's regardless of what somebody think, you could think that about yourself, and you don't have to think that about yourself. But I tend to think that, again, a lot of this shit that's going on have to do with, again, my particular bloodline, possibly some other females as well. You know what I'm saying? Just because I am going to go ahead and speak on it and I'm going to make it known, it doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to prop myself up. I'm just showing something that's happening here. But I feel like a lot of feminine energy, you know, everybody's fighting for this title, gunning for this title or something like that, that could never be theirs. You may be able to be a stand-in, but again, it's just not your title. You see what I'm saying? So even masculines thinking that they can replace certain feminines for certain things you know, you can do that, but it's just not the original. And I feel like it's kind of sad, because it's not because the person is not compatible. They try to wait until they tear you all the way down when you're taking a break, when you've been going full fucking throttle for 2 years. And then they take the time when you're taking a break, when you're recuperating, when you've healed and you've done all this work and things like this, in order to then try to vilify you or punish you. You know, when you're done playing these games and you want to say, hey, I see that these things are going on and I don't think I like these things. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when the energy comes in. So again, for me, all of this is like a study for me. Like it is intriguing to me. Curiosity did kill the cat sometimes, you know, and at the end of the day, for people going around talking about somebody's feelings is hurt, dude, I'm ready to I'm just sitting here in my own damn energy, watching shit fall. Watching shit come up, you know, if it's decent, if somebody is real and true, you know what I'm saying? Seeing people get, get their flowers or whatever, it's cool with me. It'll never change the fact that I know that it took a world of motherfuckers to come against little old me in order to try to defeat me, take me down, defile me, crucify me. It just makes the world, it just lets me know that, hey, I guess this motherfucking time for me to go. Cause you know what I'm saying? I can't stick around. You see what I'm saying? Like, for me, I love myself. I love life, even when it's this fucking treacherous, even through Jacob's troubles or whatever the fuck we're going through right now, trials and tribulations. It don't matter. You'll never find or ever think of a point where I am going to be talking about committing suicide or leaving my motherfucking life. I feel like I'm putting up a good ass fight, if you ask me. And again, I've been sitting in the same motherfucking place doing the same thing all this time. No fear in my fucking heart. No, it's a lot of motherfuckers that could never say that can sit up in this seat and do what the fuck that I've done. And also bring awareness and also manifest certain shit being altered or changed in this fucking world. I've done more shit than most of these men have, I feel, on this plane to help out the regular everyday people without a fucking voice. Now, having to be that sacrificial lamb, I think not. But at the same, I guess it depends on how you relate to that. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you relate to that energy. For me, you can't break me. You can't break me. I already think people been spying on me and watching me while I'm in my bathroom or whatever the fuck. So you, like, at the end of the day, you can't. There's no breaking point here. I've been built fucking different, man. That don't mean that somebody's feelings can't be hurt. That don't mean that I can't be a little salty when I find out these little tricks of the trade that's going on behind my back, but it's going to tear me down, make me fall down and cry. Well, like, maybe it used to, but now it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, while they trying to break me down, that let me know that source trying to build me up for whatever that table that's being prepared, and however the fuck is going to look. I'm going to be sitting at the head of that motherfucker at the end of the day. God willing, I still be here. So like I said, it won't stop the fact. Then if some motherfucker try to kill me, then take me out, I will know still that I was the motherfucking Christ. You hear me? I will still know that I'm in that Yeshua energy. And if you don't agree with that name or that term being used, is not my fucking problem. Why are you listening? It's a lot of bitches that come here listening and have shit to say, bitch. Why? Why? I'm pretty sure you following me and watching me is even the reason why your shit is in my feed. You see what I'm saying? Like, why is y'all mad? Why can't we just be all independent who the fuck we are and share our gifts the way? It's always got to be a competition. I ain't never, from the time this shit started, I ain't never even really been able to see nobody in that fucking, like, it's just, that's how it has been. Now, I broke that barrier down a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to try to incorporate and be more, you know what I'm saying, open. But I feel like whatever has been done that put me in a defensive mode is what allowed me to still be in that it's all about me, in a world of my own. Because at one point in time, that's what I thought it was. I'll just be honest with you. I thought it was. In a world of my own, I was surrounded by source, arms around me with angels and ancestors and shit around, and it was cool. And if that energy had to leave and go to someone else in order to feed them or do something like that with them, I could have been the last. I could have been the first. It didn't matter. It was my time and I enjoyed it. And I learned a lot from it. I fell to my knees and cried sometimes, and I got back up and I stood the fuck tall like I'm always gonna do. Not a force on this fucking planet could ever take that away from me. It's not my fault that I see this. They don't want me to be no kind of person that could be propped up in front of people that that got a GED out of fucking high school and can sit here and school the world on some shit. It don't change the fact that that's what's been done. So again, you could call it cocky, you could call it whatever you want to. It's just a sense of knowing to me. Knowing that I'm somebody, and it'll never change. And people should definitely take note. Because this is why we are in this position that we're in right now. It's because a lot of people don't. They know that God is a woman. They know the Christ energy is here. They know a portion of God is a woman. I'm not going to say that there's not a masculine portion to it. But if he can't take that real feminine energy standing next to him, then that's just too bad. Because until men can birth babies, right? Then we already know what it is. You got women running around here talking about the black woman is God, men too. And all of a sudden, all that shit is just real. Nobody speak that no more. Nobody speaking no more. Why? Why? I just question things. I feel like I'm just looking around and I see a whole bunch of zombies. So when I see them coming towards me, it's just almost just like, Michonne with her fucking machete. You know what I'm saying? And it's looking like more and more people every day is just in that herd mentality to attack innocent people that haven't done anything really to anyone. You see what I'm saying? And then there's people that can't wait for it to happen. They laugh about it. They, you know what I'm saying? They can't wait. They fixated on it. It's sick. And these same people try to tell you to check yourself. And I'm pretty sure that they haven't looked in the mirror recently. I'm pretty sure that they haven't looked in the mirror lately. So at the end of the day, people can mock and laugh and do whatever they want to do. It will never harm the core essence of what I say is me. I'm not a clueless individual. I know what the fuck I came here for. Nobody's going to take that away from me. Nobody's going to be able to take that away from me. So again, we'll see what low vibrating energies will do. They'll try to take people off of the planet then. And hey, so motherfucking be it. At the end of the day, because if I can't be me, then who the hell I'm going to be? A lot of these energies are just mad too, because people didn't, acknowledge them. But they, you know what I'm saying? These are people that didn't communicate or don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I may be new to whatever this is, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of men that came in with false accusation, everything. Listen, when this first happened and this energy was coming in spiritually, telepathically, I was running from it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. It took a long time for these masculines to even get anywhere when it comes to communication with me. It took a very fucking long time. So for anybody talking about some thirst or whatever, okay, I'm very intrigued. Like I told you, I'm very curious about things. I like to know how the mind works. I like to know. It was fascinating for me, right? So I gave into the energy, and I did feel some kind of way about energy. You know what I'm saying? I did. But I feel like what I knew the tricks of the trade, and every time I expressed or prayed or, spoke softly or wrote about this energy, it never got me anywhere. So it's like beating a dead horse. It's like a lost cause then. You know what I'm saying? There's no one coming to save anyone. You know what I'm saying? You are your own savior first by recognizing that something is wrong, that you need to alter or change in order to get out of a certain situation. That's the first fucking savior. And then if you want to latch on to the energy of somebody else that has come here to be a messenger, is all it is, with a different type of message that you may not have heard. And it is a lofty kind of energy because, again, heaven is my abode and earth is my footstool. So at the same time, it's dealing with those energies of the higher ups. And they don't like the fact that I can see some of the things that goes on in the background. And then I point those things out. But I feel like whatever the power is in me is the higher power that allows me or gives me that information to even give. And if there was a problem with that, then somebody should have said something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all this whole thing. It's like suspended in midair. The heavens don't want to accept you, and then the earth don't. At least, you know what I'm saying, the earth at one point in time turned their back and left it that way. But when it comes to the heavens, they all hovering over. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, for me, I'm just like, whatever. I'm just stuck on doing what I'm doing around here. Like, people want to force you to care about some shit. I can't listen to music. I can't watch TV. I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even I can't even go in my own dome, really, lately. Without feeling that like there's a hovering or spying spirit or something like that. Like a shadow spirit or whatever. And it's just like, all of this stuff can have you feeling some kind of way. It can have you somewhat shook once in a while. It can have you feeling some kind of way. You could be like, sometimes I'd be like in a daze or whatever. But at the end of the day, to break me, nah, you can't break me if you ain't make me. And I'm going to just end that shit right there. And we're going to talk about this. And like I said, this is the reason why so-called black women have been the only women in the world that have been allowed to been treated and talked about how they have been in music and things like this. I say these things in order to, as a gentle reminder, so that those things don't be repeated. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why, we are targeted individuals as a whole anyway. Now, I know this is about good and bad, or so-called good and bad, or, high and low vibrating or whatever. But at the end of the day, when you look at the full spectrum, this is a womanizing again. This is why they deleted the war on the wombs, because it was telling exactly prophetically what was going on back then and what's also going on and is right in our front of our face right now. So this made me think about the red dragon here. Okay. So we have this dragon here on the, or the, we could look at it as a bird or a falcon or an eagle or something like this, but you can also look at it maybe like a dragon, this kind of energy here. Okay. And then look at this energy here. So they'll defile a woman, right? They'll try to crucify, and then they will try to slander, and they will do these things and then try to trotten this energy down into the ground. But it just shows, you know what I'm saying, that they can play big boss with men. But when it comes to women, you have a real problem. You have a real complex here. Smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Yeah, masculine energies too. For me, it's always been that way. It's always been that way. And if they can't get you in the bed, then what will they do? Come into your dreams. And if they can't get you there, you know what I'm saying, then they'll send demons to your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes on and so forth here. So again, this makes me think about George Washington, or the double-edged sword here. And, like I said, this is making me think about, again, this white horse with the apocalypse energy or whatever. And then this dragon here. Somebody taking a spear and javeling this dragon right here. But I think they have the wrong energy. If you're looking at that energy, like even if we look at dragon energy as something that I feel was something that was in the Americas, okay? Makes me think about those pets or whatever that they had on Avatar. But at the end of the day, they made this energy look like this. I feel as a form to make you think, oh, they got the devil. You didn't know that the devils was the ones wearing the red dresses. And I could have probably had an opportunity to wear a red dress and I turned it down. Is what I feel on a spiritual level. Not for no reason, but I felt like somebody was trying to lure me into something that without all the details. See, these other women that they can pay. What woman don't like nice things? I just have really good taste. But I also I know how to do with or without. That's just always been my energy. And to never be jealous or envious of what not even just another woman have, but another any motherfucking body have. I make do with what I have. That doesn't mean that I can't like nice things. And there's a difference between somebody that's just lazy and don't do work than somebody that has been able to create several businesses over time. And now they're being targeted by a higher power that has control over, again, the fiat money that you worship. Okay. The God that you trust is really the devil. You know what I'm saying? But people need it to survive. I feel like I'm hearing like money can't buy me love. It never have. It's not my fault that I've been in you know what I'm saying? It's not my fault, again, that I've been in a relationship where, I was with someone that I didn't have to do that. And it is my fault for letting whatever this is injure the relationship between me and that energy by wanting something. But I'm not going to feel bad for wanting more for myself and wanting to make moves, because I feel like whatever this loss is cool. At the end of the day, I'm going to be all right. Even if I have to dig myself out the trenches my fucking self and do what I need to do, make moves and do whatever I need to do. It may not be able to be right now, but can't nobody, what did it say? What did that one verse say? It can't be night forever. And I don't know exactly what it means, but that just came up in my head. So I just feel like that's just the energy here. I don't feel like I'm a cocky person. I just feel like I've been put in a situation where I have to defend myself. And nobody knows what, and maybe it's like some people didn't have that much abundance wrapped around them, generational abundance left for them. Maybe they didn't have, a certain essence about them that some of us did. It's a punishment for being yourself and not giving in to, again, whatever tactics this has been. I deserve the respect of having a sit down conversation or having direct communication just like anybody else does. And if it doesn't work telepathically, then you come see me. And if you can't come see me, then figure out, write me. And if you can't write me, you see what I'm saying? So again, I can't help it that a whole bunch of men in this world are scared to approach me. Women, whoever, organizations, whatever, governments, whatever. I can't help that. It's not none of my business why they feel like that. Why they feel like they need to penetrate somebody like me. Why? I don't know. Ask them. But that's what's been done. That's what's been done. And again, to get a whole bunch of women to go and fight your battle for you online, you know what I'm saying? To send out verbal attacks. And these women, grown ass women, 40, 50 years old, 20 something years being bullies and also rubbing things into people's faces like that's going to change anything. Bitch, you can never be me. The fact that you have to do that, the fact that you have to think you even have to stunt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let me know that I'm still on your mind and that you could never, you know what I'm saying? You could never reach the fucking heights. And so again, at the end of the day, yes, ain't nobody gonna like, people gonna have something to say about this message. I hope you do. I hope you do. It's not nothing but me speaking and keeping it real. What we supposed to be doing, right? keeping it real, identifying with people like us, telling our stories in that manner. All right then. Nobody say nothing to celebrities and people that do music and stuff like that that have very conceited or very, what I'm saying, lyrics that may be a little narcissistic or have a God complex. No, you listen to that shit all day long. But a real motherfucker come around here with some real information for your ass that help take people out of that mind of that concept of slavery in the mind. Not saying that they did it on their own, but at least helped. And that's how you repay people. Well, you know what I'm saying? It just lets me know who's the real and who ain't. Nobody have nothing to say. No, you'll listen to that shit 24 hours a day. I do too. But at the end of the day, you have a regular person come out that taught themselves, self-taught, that did all these things in public service to people without asking for nothing. And this is the way that people act, the way that people treat you. And at the end of the day, of course, who's not going to be like concerned or a little bit hurt? It's more concerned than anything because I'm like, well, damn, when these people are spying on me or stalking me, how many people actually know my address? How many people actually know this? How many, what I'm saying? That's a fucking dangerous thing to be playing with. I got work to do on this motherfucker. I ain't trying to plan to be leaving no time soon. I'll tell you that right off the bat. So again, I feel like I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to get my day. It may not be today, but I'll get it. I will get it. Just because these people are really quiet and then they just make moves and they do these things because they have all these people working for them to go do this and go do that and get this ready. It's pitiful if you really ask me. If that's what people are doing is coming at me in some kind of incorrect form or fashion, it just shows you. It just shows you again, who is God? Who is it? Because I sleep well at night. You dig what I'm saying? I may be going through tough times. I may be having hard times. But again, most of that shit is not me. Most of it, and I'm going to keep on saying it, is people fighting against people. It's just it. Most of it is people with their own God complex that think they can control other people, that are using sanctions, mandates, and other fucking shit on paper to do this to regular, everyday people. It's like a spanking. Like, who do that? And it take most of the time an American black woman to, and it's just what it is, to keep it all the way real and tell it how it is and end up being that person. It just is what it is. And that's why they don't like us. And that's why they want to get rid of the loudest ones and the most powerful ones as soon as possible. Whether that's just cutting you out the limelight or whatever the fuck it would be. It is what it is at the end of the day. So let's let it be what it's going to be. I don't have to tear other people down. You know what I'm saying? Only reason why when I sit there and say that somebody is copying off of me because they know too much damn information about me. Period. And it lets me know that they're watching or they're stalking or these are one of the people that have access to my private information. And so I'm going to speak about that. If I'm not sure, I'm not going to make anything fit. But if I'm 100% sure, just like people say they psychic and they can feel this and intuitive and empath and everything, it's the same damn thing for me. And I'm sorry, that source show me who my enemies is. I'm sorry. But I'm really not. Because that's the only way that I'll probably still be alive here. So yeah, I feel like this is almost like Satan versus Satan or something like this is what they're trying to make this concept. But of course, they made this energy all white, which again makes you think of like a purity or something like that. And then this energy black, but then also black means bleached. So yeah, and of the waters, the water is the cape on his back, and he's riding on probably the coattail or riding on the coat or the covering or the clothing of this dragon. Again, George Washington Bruton, George Washington. This give me energy of George Washington right here. So I was wondering, I wanted to know why was I seeing that name attached to that name? I was wondering, where did that land come from? I was wondering, and now we know. I told you, my ancestors are still American gods, and then nobody will never be able to take that away from me. And they don't have a document anywhere on this plane to go ahead and express what the fuck I'm saying. It's just what I know, and that's why I'm being targeted the way that I am. That's why the masculine is being targeted. But the masculine will probably just take an easy route or something like that, or something like that, because of money, fear. Again, love the world, gave their only begotten son. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable. Like, a lot of this stuff I already been vetted through. So I kind of figured I was just trying to go with the flow. At first I was really stagnant and everything. And then I let it just start going with the flow so I can just catch it. And I'm just like, whatever, let the chips fall where the fuck they may. Cause I'm tired. I'm ready to move on with my motherfucking life at the end of the day. And to see that I'm gonna sit here and be crying or upset about some kind of relationship or something didn't happen, I'll be happy for that person. It might take me a long time to be, I'm saying, over it. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to move on. It doesn't mean that I don't still think I'm a beautiful person. It doesn't mean that I don't still think that I'm destined for greatness. It doesn't mean that I don't feel like I'm abundant. It doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? And that's a problem with a lot of women, a lot of people in general. Again, it's how I feel. That's the way I feel about it. It's just, I think it's sickening. It makes me sick to my stomach to see people like rejoicing in something and you don't even see the sorrow. Because as soon as those of us that ring the alarm like this are gone, you might as well forget about it. You kill me, you killing yourself. You happy for my downfall? You're going to be happy. I hope you'll be happy for yours. Because you're only being exalted and lifted up right now for one purpose. And when they're done with that, they're going to steamroll right over your ass too. So take care.